I am here. I'm excited. We're doing RGN Daily News number 82. This is our first time live streaming it, so if any technical difficulties happen, then sorry about that. I'm joined by Tristan the Hedgehog from RealGamerNewz and Shotgun Seat Productions. How's it going tonight, Tristan?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
And you can probably already see on the screen on the top right, there it is, that direction, a terrible looking game title called Kill the Faggot, and or Faggot Killer, whatever it is. I'm gonna press play muted and have that able to be seen by the audience as we talk about it. So, alright. When does free speech go too far and become abusive? I think this is a perfect example. Like, I don't ever want to have something censored that's a professional work. Like, say, if somebody wrote a crazy, talented novel, but it deals with tough issues. Like, you've seen it all the time, like on the Lifetime channel. I don't ever watch that. And, like, what's that called? True crime? No. SUV victim, Special Victims Unit, stuff like that. I probably butchered that name, but it's like there's stuff with dealing with women getting attacked and raped and stuff, and a lot of women watch that stuff for some reason, and I can't handle that stuff. It makes me freak out and leave the room. So you wouldn't want to make it not available, right? But there's a difference between something like that and something like this, which is like hard to watch, and it's like just stupid. Like, it's not even a good game. It's not even like a professionally produced product. It's just some amateur making like hate trash. What's your opinion on it?
I mean, yeah, obviously, Kill the Faggot, or as it's been dubbed, Faggot Killer Simulator by some people.
Wow.
Um, and it basically, alright, just to talk about what we see here in the game trailer just for a minute. Okay, first we start off and we get, Kill the Faggot, and it has what's the word? It's one of those cancel signs over the rainbow flag, which is a symbol of gay pride. And it basically tells you how to play, and it says murder as many gays as you can under the time limit. Fag homo queers are worth 100 points. Transgenders are worth 150 points. Killing a straight person subtracts 100 points. Reading that part right there is obviously just an obvious form of discrimination, but tossed into the video game space, which, I mean, if you've been playing online games, you're probably no stranger to discrimination. But this is I mean, like you said, this is an amateur work, which, I mean, I can't. Even when you sit down and make a game like this, I just don't understand, and it's just terrible quality looking game. It looks like it was designed for the PlayStation 1, but is like something you could find like for $1.
It looks like
And
it was
basically, like
designed
one,
for Windows 95 for like five people to
you know,
laugh at and then delete.
pretty
I've
much.
made better stuff in high school than this, and I don't consider myself worthy of
I
Steam.
I honestly don't even consider this technically a game. This is basically just another way for people to try to combat, I guess you could say, homosexual and transgender progression in the North American, mainly American and Canadian societies. And some people are really extremely prejudiced, uh, whether or not just opinion on it, your viewpoint on it. And faggot is still used as a derogatory term, especially in online spaces, which I completely disagree with in every form. But yeah, basically, you somehow, I don't understand how you're shooting this gun, and if you shoot a straight person, which is being identified as a fit-looking man wearing camo pants and big boots, you lose 100 points. And you can shoot a homosexual man, and he's got a rainbow thing around his neck. And then I believe the transgenders are usually men that slide across the screen dressed as women, is what it seems like this game is to me.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of worried about game. Well, like you said, this is not a game. I'm starting to get
This
worried.
is not a game.
I'm starting to get
This
worried
is a piece
about
of shit.
how Steam lets so much stuff that's not games into the library that are done by people that are not even indie developers, they're just completely trash. I'm starting to worry about that possibly ruining it for other games that are professional development and are having a big problem with censorship right now. But I think we should move on to that. A Steam alternative called GOG Galaxy has launched. Well, it's in beta now. And for everybody that doesn't know, GOG, it used to be called Good Old Games, but they're dropping that, and they asked us not to use that name, but just to get like a sense of their roots. They started off by selling games you couldn't find anywhere else, like old PC games. They brought them back to life with partnership with the publisher, and it's DRM free, so you can just download it on as many computers as you have. Like, say if you get a new graphics card and you plug it in, you can download it again or run it. Just like Steam has a similar thing, but this is different because there's no DRM at all. You don't have to sign in to anything, and you never have to be online. And there's a bunch of features for this. You can play offline, like I said, with no restrictions. There's achievements, a friends list. One of the things that there's a bunch of other features, but I'm not going to list every one of them. It's on the screen right there for people, as well as on the website, RealGamerNewz.com. But one of the features that I thought was really interesting about this was the fact that you can roll back an update. So if your game gets updated on the PC automatically, which you can opt out also, like say if you don't ever want to have updates, you don't have to. And all the features of this software can be shut off individually. So say if you don't want friends list, you don't have to. If you don't want achievements, you don't have to. If you only want certain things, you only have to get certain things. If you don't want it to track how long you played a game, it doesn't have to. But one thing I thought was awesome is if you get a patch that screws up your game somehow, which is very useful if you're like doing modding especially, you can actually roll back the patch and then you'll be back to the older version, which I think is awesome and kind of a new thing for computer games. There's also a backup copy downloader, and you can play with people that have Steam and stuff like that. Also, another weird thing, you can actually tweak and modify and change the program, and you can even make a custom version of the program and distribute it online. They don't even care. They gave permission for that, which could potentially lead to bad things, like people cheating for their achievements or something stupid like that. But it probably will lead to more better things first. And the fact that they're allowing it to happen, I think is awesome because it could lead to some really cool things. So that's a thing. The Witcher 3 got a new trailer today. Did you get a chance to check that out, Tristan?
No, I didn't, but I do want to say one more thing on this before we talk about anything with The Witcher 3, which is
that's fine.
Awesome. But
go for it, bro.
Some people are actually defending this quote-unquote game.
Oh, the one we talked about earlier, the Kill the Faggot game?
Yeah.
Some people are defending that?
I just want to read off a couple of comments from the YouTube channel.
Go ahead.
Alright, Adonis Sabathius says, "This is hilarious, holy shit. How could anyone take this seriously and call it offensive? It's so poorly made, you people are pansies. It shouldn't have been taken down and it shouldn't have resulted in profile bans. And I'm gay, so save the wow, you homophobe attacks. I just believe in artistic freedom. Granted, it was against Steam's rules, so I guess they should have seen it coming, but I disagree with all the backlash."
Interesting. What is your response to that?
I understand what he's saying. Like I said, I believe in artistic freedom completely. Like I believe I told you before we even did this. I believe the game should exist, but not on Steam due to their policies. I don't necessarily like the look of the game, and I probably would never play it. But I believe it has the right to exist, but not on Steam based on their rules. But somehow it managed to get on there before they noticed it, which is a little concerning. But besides the point, and yeah, I mean,
I agree with you. Like I said on Twitter, I think that games like that, I don't think it should exist or anything like that. That's not it's basically, it's gonna, whether you like it or not. And the good thing would be if it existed in some far off corner, not like on Steam, like you said. But we're actually running out of time already. I apologize for that. The next shows will be longer. The 3D Realms Anthology is on Steam, including $130 of games. The Island franchise is on sale 75 to 80% off, and EA Games has presented their new earnings call and new info, which the long story short about that is that 30 million people have played Battlefield Hardline has been played 30 million times. EA is the number one selling publisher on PS4 and Xbox One in the whole entire world, and nearly 200 million hours of Dragon Age Inquisition have been played. We'll be perusing all the rest of that data as we go forward, but do you have any quick hopes or predictions for EA for the rest of the year?
Regarding any of their current games coming out?
Well, I would say
such
regarding
as-
E3, what do you want them to show at E3 before we're going to do an E3 predictions show later, but what do you want them to do there?
I want them to show off, of course, Mass Effect gameplay, and hopefully some actually new IP, since it seems all their games are long-standing franchises or reboots, such as Star Wars Battlefront, which I would like for them to actually show some things based on that. Not say the most hyped about the game, but I would like to actually see some gameplay, since the game is, by that point will be pretty much like 5 months away from release and won't even have any gameplay footage up until E3, which is a little disconcerting in modern times, but people have done that in the past where you don't see any gameplay footage until E3, so I can't say I'm not surprised. I'd mainly
Fair
just like
enough.
to see Mass Effect, because I don't know what else they could really show at this point that's not a shooter game, or I don't know.
Fair
I wouldn't be
enough.
surprised if we saw Battlefield 5 announcement.
Fair enough. Well, I gotta take off, and we will do a longer one next time, you guys. Thanks for checking out the beta test of RGN Daily News live stream. Thank you for joining me, Tristan. Sorry for cutting it short, but I gotta go have dinner. So, nightly news. That's how it goes. Have a good one, everybody. RealGamerNewz.com. Shotgun Seat Productions on YouTube. Peace.
Peace.